Hope you're ready. It's time for Decentralize Now.
When we talked a little while ago, you said you had kind of a funny story, something that had happened to you again at a fucking public library of all places. Talked about libraries so much on the show.
Yeah, it's true. I don't like libraries, and I've talked shit about libraries often, and I don't think I can give them the hatred that they deserve. I don't think we talk about them enough, frankly. But no, I'm in the computer lab, and that's where most of the problems go down, in the computer lab. And the gentleman at a computer in my eyesight, you can tell this guy's just out of his mind, out to lunch, and he's just watching in full screen a pornographic film.
Free the people, free the markets. Decentralize now.
Season 2.
And just like the fact that you would sit there and just watch, like you were watching Casablanca or something, and that's really the character progression. Like he's just watching it.
So he wasn't like beating his dick or anything. He's just sitting there, like just watching porn, like studying it and shit. Like it's for a fucking school project.
Just watching the film, and the library attendant like gets out and walks behind him and see what he's looking at, and he turned his head like he was surprised he got caught. Like he was like, "Oh shit! Oh, you found me!" It's like, what did you think was gonna happen? But anyway, the library, she was just blown away, and they kind of looked at each other, and then she just walked away, and he clicked out of it, and that was the end of it. But yeah, I guess it spurs on the question: should homeless people be able to watch porn in a public library?
I mean, what the fuck else is a library good for?
Someone was saying, well, hey, it's good that they're doing it there and not like out in the streets trying to pick up kids or something.
What the fuck does watching porn have to do with picking up kids? Who the fuck are these people? What kind of shit are they into?
Some people online, they're like, well, actually, it's a good thing that they're doing it there because that means they're not doing it out in the street.
No, do that shit in a bush somewhere out in the street. Fuck that. Jesus Christ,
well, I mean,
dude.
kids could be walking around in the library and they shouldn't be exposed to some fella sitting next to them just watching porn at the library. It's not acceptable behavior.
I don't know, man.
You could be there to research whales for a school project and come away with a lot more education.
I mean, are you fucking surprised, dude? It's like, what? I'm fucking homeless. This is the only place I'm going to be able to get on the fucking internet. And, I mean, what the fuck did a homeless person have to look up on the fucking internet? Like, 2019 shopping carts of the year? You know, like, what the fuck does he have to look at on fucking line?
What? Hey, homeless guy. What are you looking up on that computer, huh? Shopping carts of 2019?
We're taking a look back at the hottest shopping carts of 2019. Number 10.
Tucson, Arizona. Walmart.
Yeah, is it fucking naming superstores? Yeah, the carts over at Target. They're really nice. Fuck.
Yup, I slept in a Home Depot shopping cart once.
Yeah, Walmart carts are my favorite because you can use this part here as a crack pipe.
Oh, shit, son. Blip, blip. You got them Home Depot shopping carts. Yeah.
It's the worst episode of bum fights I've ever seen.
But no, yeah, oh, go ahead.
It's not surprising to me that shit like that happens. I've seen other stuff online, dude. Like, perverts are fucking drawn there. If you have the fucking internet for free, people are gonna go there and do some pervy fucking shit on it, dude. Like, it doesn't surprise me one bit. Is it okay? I don't really think it's okay. And it's kind of insulting to think like how much money is thrown at these fucking worthless goddamn buildings just so some homeless guy can go in there and fucking crank one out. Like, they're obviously not serving a fucking purpose. It's obviously not the general fucking public going in there and doing things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're paying for it. The library doesn't have a service. You know what I mean? If you want to eliminate that kind of thing, privatize it and charge a fee. That's what internet cafes do. Over in Europe, they have these internet cafes. You pay like $2 to get 20 minutes of internet, and you're not going to have homeless people sitting around all day looking at shit.
It's not even in Europe, dude. They have that shit in cities here.
I've never seen one.
I'm pretty sure they have like internet fucking cafes in places like New York and fucking New Jersey.
They have anything in New York.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to think. I don't know.
There
are
gay Jewish death metal bands in New York. I mean, is there anything you want?
That sounds horrible.
Oi, babe!
Wouldn't it be oi gay? Hi, check out our new album, Oi Gay.
How would you make it black metal?
Black metal?
Oi. Well, it's a gay Jewish black metal band, so it would be Oi Gay in Hell. I don't know.
I was taking it in the butt. Fucking retarded.
Man.
What happened to this podcast?
Yeah.
It's fucking retarded.
All right.
Are you enjoying the podcast? Just kidding. We know you are, and you're welcome. You're listening to Decentralize Now.
Let's go ahead and, if you want, let's talk about the impeachment.
Oh, of course.
First of all, if I can start by saying anything about the impeachment, it's that it has taught me how truly stupid people are and how no one understands the fucking judicial system. You know what I mean? Like, fucking Trump's impeached. Like, I keep fucking seeing it everywhere. Like, they're even saying it on fucking TV. Like, Trump's impeached. Like, he's just like, okay, he's out of here now. Like, no, dude, it still has to go to the fucking Senate. They still have to vote on if they want to fucking proceed. Then there's a fucking trial. Like, there's a fucking procedure to these things. Just because the House fucking voted on it and said, we want to do it, doesn't mean, like, oh, over and done with. Fuck, bye, Trump. Like, it's not how it works. It's ridiculous, man. And it's like, I wouldn't say that I have the top understanding or knowledge of how this shit goes down, but I'm not a fucking idiot, you know? I have Google at my fucking, access. You know what I mean? If I don't understand something. It's just, it's really fucking sad, dude.
I think it's interesting that the government is working to impeach a president that won an election in a landslide.
Fair and square. Fair and fucking square. And then here's the thing, man, like, and Republicans will even say this. There's all this stuff you could go after him for and try and impeach him on. But they're focused on this bullshit fucking Ukraine thing. If anyone's guilty of anything in Ukraine, it's Biden. You know? Biden did some fucked up shit, and Trump asked, hey man, is that true? And they're fucking flipping the fuck out on it. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. He didn't threaten to withhold aid, but Biden did.
Yeah, so Donald Trump asked a Ukrainian official to look into a crime committed by a Democrat, and that is in itself a crime, apparently. Biden commits the crime in Ukraine. Trump goes to Ukraine and says, hey, you should look into that crime that Biden committed. What happened there? That was the crime.
That's what it is now, is that he asked about it. They already came out and said that the conversation that was leaked to begin with, where he said, hey, you guys should look into this. I think there's some corruption going on. That conversation has been since proved to be bullshit. It didn't happen.
Oh, really?
So that's what was my understanding. The only thing he did was say, like, hey, is that true? Did that actually happen?
And, it's just when you read the news about it, because there were people up here who were buying the paper to frame it. They were like, this is a part of history. Oh, it's so great. And the media is celebrating it. And, the use of adjectives in these titles. Donald Trump writes, rambling, angry letter to Nancy Pelosi. It should just be, Trump writes a letter to Nancy Pelosi. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're adding all this commentary to it. It's an absolute circus. And it's going to show that they're just completely out of step with the people. You know what I mean? The world that you see in the media is not the world of the people. You know,
no.
Trump has very high approval ratings, and if you look on the news or whatever, it's like people are dancing in the streets about this shit, and I don't see any of it. I honestly don't see anyone who gives a shit. No one
Nobody
cares.
does give a shit. Nobody does give a shit. And here's something I saw on CNN. I posted this on my Facebook page. Let me see if I can play it for you, and then I'll put the actual version in post. But you gotta hear this shit. So they're talking about the impeachment on CNN, like they've been doing for fucking ever, because they don't talk about any goddamn thing else in that fucking
That's all they talk
shithole
about.
network. It's all they fucking talk about. So they have an expert on. All he does is fucking like statistics. Like he's one of these guys that like makes the phone calls and does the polls. Like this is what he does. Numbers are his fucking thing, right? So he's saying, hey, so here's the percentage of Democrats that wanted him impeached, Republicans that wanted him impeached, and independents that wanted him impeached. And here's the same, we asked the same fucking question to the same amount of people, mere hours. So probably a lot of the people they asked weren't even aware of what had happened yet. The same fucking question after all the evidence came out. Just hours after the evidence came out on what they were actually impeaching him for, right? The numbers dropped fucking drastically. And these motherfuckers on CNN, he's given the fucking numbers, and the dude's literally like, I don't believe those numbers. Those numbers aren't correct. And he's like, what do you not believe? Like, it's a poll. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing to not understand here.
While you're pulling the data up, I want to comment on CNN too. Is that the ratings are way down actually for CNN, because this is their narrative. They've been talking about it forever, and now we're supposed to be at the end of the chronicle. We're supposed to be. It's like the crescendo of this made-up Maple Leaf story, or it's like the end of the Lord of the Rings or something, and everybody's supposed to really tune in, and no one's fucking watching. It's like all their work has been in vain because no one's watching, no one gives a shit. They're trying to create this media spectacle, and it's kind of going to waste because people intuitively know it's all bullshit after the fucking Kavanaugh, after the Russia thing. No one gives a shit. People are just going out of their daily lives, and it's a good thing to see them fail so much.
It is a good thing to see them fail so much. And what's even nicer is that watching them freak out over the fact that they're fucking failing. You know what I mean? The only fucking one I can find is on another podcast, and I don't want to play their interpretation of what was going on. I can't find the actual like video.
That's fine. Just put a link in the description or something.
Yeah.
The support has softened a little bit among Democrats.
Yeah, I mean, John showed the numbers. This is a country divided on this. 45% support impeachment and removal, 47% are opposed. But if you do look at by party, Allison, you're right. You see a decline from our last poll in Democratic support from 90%.
Now, did you catch that before he gets into the fucking numbers?
No, what did he say?
He said, well, not a huge drop-off from 47% to 45% from 47. So it dropped from 47 to 45% in favor of impeachment. So not a big drop there. But if you look at the parties, so they're already like, he's already presenting it in a way that he's downplaying it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
He's already saying like,
I see what
not
you're
a
saying.
big drop when you look at everything all together. But then like, listen to these numbers he says for like the individual parties.
Down to 77%. You see,
Okay, so Democrats 90%. Down to 77%.
That's a
are
big
opposed.
chunk.
But if you
Here,
do
look.
look at by party, Allison, you're right. You see a decline from our last poll in Democratic support from 90% down to 77%. You see independents holding roughly steady there and a slight decline among Republicans. I would just note that November poll was taken right on the heels of that House Intelligence Committee hearings, all the public evidence being put forth to the American people, and probably because of how damaging.
So, basically, like I said, this poll was taken like right after all the fucking evidence fucking came out. So those numbers have probably dropped even more. But think about that. 90 to 77% of Democrats polled on if they're in favor of the president being impeached, that's enormous. That's huge, especially for the Democrat Party. Independents were like 47 to 45, and Democrats are 10% to 5%. Or Republicans rather. Republicans obviously are not in favor of impeaching the fucking president. But that's a pretty extraordinary drop.
Substantial chunk.
It is, and these are the people that have been screaming since he got in the fucking White House. We gotta impeach him. We gotta get this guy out of the fucking White House. He's a racist, womanizing piece of shit. They got all these horrible fucking things to say about it. 90 to 77%. That's wild, man. Even Democrats are getting fucking sick of this shit. I think. I really hope that the Democrats are running a lot of people out of their party right now.
Well, and that's something that you mentioned regarding the illiteracy regarding the judicial system. Rachel Maddow went on her program and she started quoting her monologue from when Donald Trump was elected. It was something to the effect of, "You're not asleep. You're not dream. You're not. This isn't a dream. You're not dreaming. This is reality. We have impeached Donald Trump." Almost to bring closure to what happened when Donald Trump was elected. It's like it's over now, but it isn't over now. It's not a huge victory. The Democrats had a substantial lead in the House. It still has to go to the Senate, where everyone knows it's just going to die there. So it's a futile attempt, and so you have to put yourself in the Democrats' position. So if you know it's a futile attempt, if you know this is going to die in committee in the Senate and there's no way it's going to go through, then why would you waste all your fucking time and money doing it? And the answer is to create the meme, Trump is impeached, and to get it into everyone's heads to try to undermine the 2020 election. It's a Hail Mary play. So I don't believe they're doing it in order to impeach Trump. They know it's not going to fucking happen. They're doing it for the story and to try to demoralize the Trump base heading into 2020. And pretend like they've had some fucking victory over the past 4 years, because they haven't.
It's not a victory. It's not a victory. Nothing they've thrown at this motherfucker has worked. And that's the thing. There's so many things I feel like if you wanted to push impeachment on him, you could go after a lot of other things, man. Like he's done some shady stuff in the Middle East here recently. I feel like that's more reason to go after him than like a meaningless conversation. It's like the president of another fucking country. Like, what the fuck is that shit? Let me play a little more here.
The evidence is Democrats probably were at their most enthused, engaged, and in supportive mode of impeachment. In the weeks since then, it's been much more political warfare. But let's be clear. Overwhelmingly, Democrats are supporting this. Overwhelmingly, Republicans
Can I just say to my twin brother that I don't believe that poll for 1 second.
What part did
You don't believe that poll for 1 second? What is that, dude? Like that's I don't feel like we need to. We can play a little bit more if we need to, but there's really nothing on beyond there except him saying like, what do you not believe? Like these are the numbers. Like they're the numbers. I'm not lying. I'm not making it up. And basically, fucking fuckface there just keeps saying, "There's no way it dropped from 90 to 77%. That's a lie. That's absolutely not possible. That's an astonishing amount. It's just not possible." Like he just keeps saying "not possible" over and over again. But I mean, is that what it's come to?
So much.
Is that what it's come to? Like we're just like. I mean, the Democrats are literally sticking their fingers in their ears and going, "La la 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 la, I'm not listening. I can't hear you." Like this is a joke, man. How much does this impeachment cost taxpayers? How much does this fucking run?
Oh, that's a great point. Well, that's something else I was thinking about. Nancy Pelosi was asked, "Hey, did you read the letter Donald Trump sent you?" And she said, "No, I was too busy working." I was like, "Bitch, what the fuck were you working on? You're working on this fucking circus, fucking working. Shut the fuck up." Like, I was working on a bill to bring peace to the Middle East. Wrong. You were working on trying to get one of your cronies elected for 2020.
Did you know she's worth like $196 million?
Holy shit.
Like in the last 7-8 years, she's made $196 million.
And that all came from salary? Who the fuck did that come from?
It's not a private company she works for, dude. You know what I mean? I mean, Why the fuck is
crazy.
why the fuck are these people paid so much so that she can dick around and waste even more money trying to waste everyone's fucking time impeaching the president?
And what has Nancy Pelosi done other than be a bitch? Like, what did she do in the real world? I mean, maybe I'm probably gonna Wikipedia and find out she was a doctor or a lawyer or something, and I'll feel like shit. But what has she actually done? Is she like a career politician?
Hold on.
Yeah,
40
Google
million.
her or some shit.
40 million spent on the impeachment.
Damn.
They have spent $40 million. Oh, this says, look, it says $40 million, and then the next fucking thing says, well, that's not true. That's false. Yeah, of course they would have that right after. That's false. Like it's like, we didn't spend $40 million. We spent $39,999,999. Come on, dude. Shut the fuck up. Like, you know it's in the millions. You know it's in the millions, dude. You know they spent serious fucking dollars on this. Like, even if it was half that, that's entirely too fucking much.
It's a lot of money.
You think you've heard it all? You haven't heard shit. Stick around for more Decentralize Now.
Let's see. Let's look up this bitch's Wikipedia page. Nancy Patricia Pelosi, born March 26, 1940, is an American
Holy
Democratic
shit!
Party
1940.
Yeah, 1940. Is an American
Jesus.
Democrat. Well, she looks like she's 400. Have you ever seen her goddamn face, dude? Jesus
I thought
fuck.
she'd be like 60 or some shit. She's old as fuck.
Is an American Democratic Party politician serving as Speaker of the United States House of Representatives since January 2019. She is the first woman in U.S. history to hold this position. Oh, God. Fucking choke me with a spoon. First elected to Congress in 1987. I don't know why I'm doing this voice, but I'm going to keep doing it. First elected to Congress in 1987, Pelosi is the highest-ranking female elected official in United States history. As Speaker of the House, she is second to the presidential line of succession, immediately after the vice president. So is that her fucking goal? Is that her goal? She's gonna get Trump out of fucking office and then get fucking Pence out of fucking office, and then she's like, I'm president now, motherfuckers! Like, what the fuck? Oh my god. What a fucking joke.
Dude, keep reading that voice. It's fucking great.
Oh, let's see. Let's scroll down. As of 2019, Pelosi is in her 17th term as the Congresswoman. She represents California's 12th congressional district, which consists of 4/5 of the city and country of San Francisco. She initially represented the 5th District, 1987 to 1993, and then, when district boundaries were redrawn after the 1990 census, the 8th District. Ooh, she's got a lot of districts. She has led House Democrats since 2003, being the first woman to lead a party in Congress. Oh my God! Serving twice each as House Majority Leader when Republicans held the majority, and as Speaker from these years to tonight. Fuck off. Pelosi was a major opponent in the Iraq War, as well as the Bush administration in 2005 attempt to partially privatize Social Security.
Oh, that's great. So, yeah, I mean, she's been doing this shit for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Holy Jesus.
Yep, she's been fucking the country up for a while.
For a long time. You know, you should do that. You should just do videos where you read biographies of Democrats, but in like this really gay Southern accent.
Hey, y'all, today we're going to talk about
My girl,
Mitch
AOC.
McConnell. AOC, more like KFC. So fucking dumb. Intelligent conversation about the impeachment. Oh man.
AFC? More like KFC. I'm hungry.
AFC, more like KFC. Am I right? Yeah. Like fried chicken. Oh, let's see. Nancy Pelosi fast facts. CNN. She was born in Baltimore, Maryland. That makes me like her less.
Exactly. I hate
People,
Maryland.
people from Maryland fucking suck ass. And I'm
They
sorry
do.
if you're from Maryland and you're listening to this. I apologize. But you're not from the fucking South, okay? Stop saying you're from the goddamn South. You're not from the South, okay? You can pretend all you want. No one from the South accepts you.
Maryland.
You ever notice that? You ever met someone from there? They'll always, they don't have an accent, but they'll tell you they're from the South. Like, bitch, where's your fucking rebel flag? How come your dog has all its legs? You're not from the South. Shut the fuck up.
How come your dog? It's one of them Yankee walking dogs. Oh, walking around my neighborhood, Yankee ball with his walking dog, think he's better than me.
Oh my god. I just love that. Like someone sitting on his porch, like, fucking Yankee. Goddamn walking dog. My dog ain't got no legs. He just fucking lays there like a good boy. Fuck. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Where
the
the fuck were we?
The impeachment thing is just, well, it was you read Nancy Pelosi shit, and you should do that during the podcast, like it was a little commercial, just be a little, hey y'all, Nancy Pelosi fast fact, she was born in Baltimore, Maryland. Now let's get back to some more.
You're currently listening to the best podcast in the whole fucking universe.
Decentralize now.
It's been depressing to watch the media coverage. It's been really fucking disheartening. Like we're not going into a dystopian future. Like we're there right now. Just seeing the way the media works and NPR, dude. This is a segment on NPR. What's that?
More wasted tax dollars.
Oh my
I mean, a lot of it's private donations.
It's a left-wing propaganda machine.
It is.
That's all it fucking is.
Oh, it's fucking horrible. Like I feel like they at one point in time used to be at least a little non-biased, at least in my state. But good God, once Obama got in the fucking White House, it was just like Obama. Like it's fucking it, dude. Now it's just transgenderism and how it affects Black African Americans. Like it's like every fucking story on there. Here's a transgender African American albino with one leg who fought all the fucking odds to become an NBA star. Like it's fucking dumb, dude. These stories are retarded. That could be a story.
Well, check out this story. So the story that I was listening to, it was about a woman who was really studied like cheating in game shows. It was actually an interesting bit. Like it was an honest piece of good home-style journalism, and she learned that back in the day, in the 1950s, people would find contestants for their game shows, and they would ask questions, but purposely make the questions extremely hard so that no one could reasonably win the top prize. Well, one thing they would do is if they would find that a particular contestant was very charismatic, and they thought that they would bring ratings, they would kind of pull them aside and be like, "Hey, little word to the wise here, but Brazil was founded as a Portuguese colony in 1412. Remember that." And then during the thing, that would be the question. Then they would win, and there was a legal investigation as to whether they were breaking any laws. Were game shows breaking laws by giving the answers to certain contestants? And it was kind of just like a genuinely interesting article. And then, right at the end, out of fucking nowhere, the interviewer goes, "It's very interesting." And, I had to ask the question, like, how do you feel this applies today, maybe in the political spectrum? And then the person's like, well, Donald Trump, I mean, he's been the first president to openly be a cheater, to admit that he's a cheater. And I think it's really so it's like the whole fucking time this was just a setup to say something bad about Trump.
Yes, that's
It's like they
exactly what
couldn't
it
just
is.
leave it alone.
Every fucking story, dude. Every fucking story. They'll throw it in there somewhere. Like, it doesn't make any sense, Like, okay, so you're a black, transgender, African, albino basketball star with one leg.
With one leg.
How does being an African American transgender affect you now that Trump's in office? Like, what the fuck? Like, what is? That's not, like they'll just throw something in there. They gotta throw a blow at Trump. They gotta fucking stick it to the Republicans somehow, It's stupid, and both parties have shit all over the fucking, Libertarian Party. No one gives a fuck what they think. No one asks what the Libertarians are doing.
Well, I hate that shit about not voting. Our own party is turning it. Our own people are turning back on the party. Like it's going to do anything. Man, I don't vote, man. And it's a Fed post. That's a Fed created meme to get the libertarians out of the political discussion.
That's what I don't get either. Like I had actually, I'm glad you brought that up because I had actually had a post I put on my wall because I was thinking about maybe having one of these people on for a discussion as to like why they don't vote. And the way I asked it was not, who here doesn't vote, but I said, who here is a libertarian but doesn't vote? And I was like kind of overwhelmed with the amount of people that came back and were just like, yeah, fuck that. It's not worth my time because of the state I live in, or, voting is a sham. Just kind of like generic answers, like something I guess I would say when I was like fucking 16 and pissed at the world, like I didn't feel like there was a lot of like really viable reasons to stay home and not vote. And the one guy that responded, that was kind of what he said, that because of the state he was in, it wasn't worth his time. And that, voting was just voting for a different master and, I'm not a slave, that kind of thing. And my response to him was, well, why the fuck do you identify as a libertarian then? Like, why even be a libertarian if you're not at least going to vote for somebody in the party? If you're not going to have somebody in your own party's back, even if you don't fucking like them, just to get the numbers out there, just to say, hey, we're here and we're not going away.
Exactly.
Like you mentioned earlier, Gary Johnson fucking stirred shit up in 2016.
He did.
He obviously didn't win, but I mean, he was pulling numbers that like hadn't been seen in a very long time for a third party.
3 million people. It's a significant amount.
That's a significant amount. And to me, it doesn't make any fucking sense. I saw the thing you had put on there, like, oh yeah, the Fed just called. They said, man, it'd really be a bummer if you guys stayed home and didn't vote. That'll show them. That's pretty funny. And I mean, like, I try and understand where they're coming from, because I do to some degree believe that a lot of times, whoever's going to win has been paid to be in that position. Israel or fucking the Democrats or the fucking lizard people or whoever the fuck has paid their way for their politician to, at least have a much better chance of winning. But then you got to look at fucking Trump. You know what I mean? Nobody thought he was going to win, I don't think.
No.
So obviously voting makes a difference. Chance. Do what?
According to the media machine, he had no chance.
But people went out and voted, and he fucking won. So obviously voting has some degree of fucking integrity still.
It's disheartening. As a libertarian, it's a bad time. I want to go back to 2011, man. Ron Paul was going to win. Libertarian ideas are everywhere. I don't want to be in 2019, dude.
We've said it numerous times on this podcast. The biggest threat to the Libertarian Party is the Libertarian Party. The Libertarians are constantly fucking fighting with themselves. But I just don't even get the point. Be a fucking independent. Like, why be a libertarian if you're just going to shit all over it and not have its back? You know what I mean?
I'm convinced that a lot of these people are Fed posters, like actual federal agents.
You think so?
I know that they get involved with political campaigns. They'll do that. They'll do that to find child pornographers or or pedophiles. They'll pose as little girls or other pedophiles and then have long relationships in order to lure people into capture. So if they see, hey, here's a political movement that's based on dissolving the government, well, the government's going to want to, get a hand into that. And if it actually becomes significant, yeah, they're going to want to get rid of that as soon as fucking possible. It's not going to be like, well, they want to dissolve the government, but let's give them a chance. No, let's just create a bunch of fucking fake profiles and say a whole bunch of stupid shit and then just dissolve it from within. I think they're doing that with the Libertarian Party. I think they did that with the alt-right. And they did that with the anti-war movement. I mean, the CIA was caught creating like anti-war student groups and shit like that so they could learn out who the leaders were of the anti-war movement and just gain intelligence and be able to control a potentially subversive movement. So yeah, why wouldn't they take the libertarian movement?
And who's behind that? Like, who do you think's behind that? Because that's obviously not going to be Republicans paying for that or Democrats paying for that. That's that's our tax dollars paying for that. That's the FBI doing that type of shit. That seems like a pretty non-party specific thing to do. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I think that it's the classic definition of that term, deep state. It's beyond right wing and left wing. It's this shadowy kind of cabal that's really running things. So it's the CIA who believes that its mission is to protect and preserve the federal government. So if there is a potentially subversive movement, left wing or right wing, it doesn't matter. They're going to want. They did it to the Ku Klux Klan. Just any subversive group, the Black Panthers even. We're going to infiltrate. We're going to gain information to make sure that this doesn't become a problem.
I mean, yeah. Imagine, a radical group like that, like KKK, Black Panthers, what have you. Imagine something like that could very easily pick up steam. I think people are angry. They get pissed off. Definitely, you definitely got a lot of people right now hating cops. Like, I fucking despise cops. I fucking spit on a fucking cop, dude. Fuck a cop. I don't give a shit. I hate them, dude. I've been harassed so many times by them, and like every fucking time I fucking turn on the fucking radio or get on fucking line, it's another fucking story about a cop accidentally like shooting a kid in the face or killing someone's dog after like illegally jumping the fence into their fucking yard. I'm just so sick of the fucking murdering, man. And they don't I've never seen. I'm very outspoken on my Facebook page. Like, one thing I say on my Facebook page quite often is I laugh when cops die, which is a pretty fucking harsh statement, but I fucking hate it. I fucking hate these authoritarian fucking murderers, dude. Fuck these assholes. I've never seen more like blue line fucking advertisements and sponsors, like support the blue line. Israel too. I've been pretty outspoken about Israel. I constantly get shit like Christians for Israel. Don't you want to buy a Holocaust survivor lunch? That's a real ad, by the way. I'm not making that up. And I can't get rid of it. I report it and I fucking block it, and then it's fucking 3 more to replace it, dude. It's fucking ridiculous, That's a real one.
Don't you wish you could just exterminate all these ads for Jews?
I wouldn't say exterminate. It sounds pretty bad. But yeah,
I just wish I could just wipe all these ads just right off the earth.
I get fucking sick of it, dude. Like, I don't know why Christians especially are so ready to drop to their knees and suck Israel's fucking little dick.
Oh, well, it's Zionism, and Christian evangelicals are the worst for it. And it's that group that keeps the money going to Israel. I mean, they're the real cash cow. They believe that, hey, if we bless Israel, God will bless us because the Jews are the chosen people of God, and it's our mission to honor and respect that. So, we have to bless Israel. They're a chosen people. That's literally what they believe. That the Jews, imagine believing that the Jews are chosen by God to be like a priest class amongst the nations. So that's why we just have to give them billions of dollars for their military.
While they
And
call us fucking
that's-
cattle, while they call the rest of us fucking cattle, and
Exactly.
fucking murder fucking Palestinian children, murder fucking Syrian children, drop fucking illegal chemical bombs down the fucking goddamn Gaza Strip like it's going out of fucking style, like it's 1999. Like, just they're fucking killing and raping children in their fucking prisons. They're taking children and detaining them for like weeks and months at a time without telling the families where they are and shit. Israel is a fucking shithole. Like, everyone was fucking all upset with Saddam was a fucking saint compared to fucking Netanyahu. Fucking
Absolutely.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. But I say that shit. I post that shit on my fucking Facebook. Every time I see one of those fucking ads, like I have like a fucking copied like thing I've written, just being like, fuck you and eat shit. And here's what Israel really fucking does. And you're all a bunch of fucking brainwashed pieces of shit that I just copy and paste in there, to try and get fucking blocked, but it doesn't work. But just to your credit, I feel like that's a big brother move. Hey, here's the guy who's constantly talking trash about these things. Let's show him videos of like cops playing with puppies. Let's show him videos of Christians feeding Holocaust survivors. What the fuck? It's not going to change my mind. Just because you put a happy video online isn't going to change my fucking mind. I saw something on the news today, because where I work, they have the news on the fucking TV. It's not typically something I would put on myself because I don't trust anything they fucking say on there. But they had this fucking thing going on, shopping with a cop or something like that. So like they would go to like a Walmart and like buy a toy, and the cop would go with them, to like try and bring positive feedback to the police and things like that. I'm like, did you guys forget that they're fucking like killing us? They're killing us. They're choking people out for like 5 minutes at a time. Like, you choke somebody out and choke them for 12 seconds, they're already fucking pretty much brain dead, if not completely dead. You know what I mean? You block someone's like air or blood to their brain, shit gets real fast, and they do it all the time. Fucking like restraining people in prison and just tasing them, even though they're completely complying, just tasing them while they're fucking locked down in a fucking chair. Like, I saw a video, 2 cops. The neighbors said they thought there was drug activity going on at the house. There wasn't. It was just a middle-class family, nothing suspicious. 2 cops just walked in the house, unannounced. 3 kids in there, from like 4 to like 15. The mom was outside, like taking out the trash or something, and one of the other cops that was outside like detained her and wouldn't let her go back in the fucking house. Next thing you know, on the body cam, the dog comes out from the bedroom. He's not even charging the cop. He just came out from the bedroom like, ooh, people are here. Yay, I'm a dog. I'm fucking happy to see people. The cop pulls out his fucking gun and goes to shoot the dog, misses the dog completely, and shoots a 9-year-old girl in the face. Didn't kill her. Like, it went in one side and out the other. It didn't hit her brain or anything. But, like, you just walked in unannounced to someone's house and shot their child. And now you want to fucking, like, take me to Walmart and buy me a toy? Fuck you.
Free the people, free the markets. Decentralize now.
I can't fucking stand it at all.
I hate cops, man. Did I tell you the story about the guy that pulled me over on the way home? Did we talk about that on the podcast?
No.
So I was on the way home from the hotel. Now, I've been sick for like a week. Like, it's been horrible. My kid's been sick. She got me sick. Got my wife sick. Like, it's just been a house of like snotty, congested people coughing,
Same here, man.
Throwing up. It's been horrible. Which I'd like to talk about too, but in a second. So at the hotel, I work overnight. I do night on it. For those of y'all that haven't heard me talk about my job there before. And I went to work. I was sick as a dog, but I knew we were slow right now. And I was like, I can stay up all night and be sick. It's fine. I actually ended up falling asleep on the couch in the lobby for like an hour. Just like getting with like fucking cold sweats and shit. Fucking horrible. So I get off the next morning. I'm dog tired. I'm sick as a fucking dog. And I want to get the fuck home and go to goddamn sleep. because my parents-in-law had offered to watch our daughter since she was starting to get better and we were still sick. We didn't want to get her sick again. So I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, kid's not at the house, wife's at work. I'm going to go home and sleep. Like, coming through, it goes from 45 to 35, from 35 to 25. Well, I'm in the 25 mile per hour zone, okay? All of a sudden, fucking cop flies the fuck up behind me and hits his fucking lights. I'm like, you motherfucker, dude. You fucking asshole. So I pull into a parking lot. I'm steaming mad. I'm tired. I'm fucking angry as shit. Cop gets out of the car. Turns out it's a cop that comes into the hotel I work in, like, all the time. He comes in and, like, takes apples and shit that are for the guests. Like, he'll come in and take an apple and get some coffee and leave. Because, you know, they're all self-righteous and they all deserve free stuff. So he fucking pulls me over and I see it's him. And he kind of walks up to the van thinking like, oh, you know, he knows my car. So he kind of like walks up, you know, to the window, I guess thinking like I'm going to be like, hey, buddy, how you doing? Thanks for fucking up my morning. And he gets to the fucking window and I just have it cracked. Like I didn't even put the fucking window down. I won't look at him. And I pass him the fucking ID. He takes it from me. He's like, oh, okay. Do you have your registration? No, I don't have the fucking registration. It's not my fucking card. I'm not looking for it. You can look it up on your fucking computer. And he's like, whoa, everything all right, man? Like, are you okay this morning? And like, I just don't say anything. I'm just staring ahead. I'm fucking so mad. And he's like, hey, like what's going? Like, it's cool, man. You're not in trouble. Like, what's up? And I was like, what the fuck are you pulling me over for? He's like, whoa. Well, you were doing 42 and a 35. And I was like, oh, so you pulled across a double barred line, fucking sped through a 35 and a 25 to catch up with me so you could fucking lecture me about fucking slowing down? And he's like, well, man, I was just going to give you a warning. I wasn't going to. I said, well, then fucking do it. Give me the fucking warning or give me a fucking ticket and let me go the fuck home. I'm fucking tired. I don't have fucking time for this fucking shit. Just do your fucking job. He fucking he walks away and comes back like 30 seconds later with a warning. He hands it through the door and he starts talking to me. I just fucking drove off. I didn't even fucking wait to hear what he had to say. I was so fucking mad. Like, dude, I don't give a fuck that you come into the hotel where I work and like steal free coffee, take a fucking apple. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make us fucking friends. Like, you make a living off of taking people's freedoms away from them for things you probably don't even agree with yourself, you hypocrite fuck. Fuck you. Don't pull me over and expect me to be like, oh, thank you, sir. Can you please put your boot up in my fucking window so I can lick it easier? Oh, my God. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to fucking do it. I told you where I almost got in a fight with that guy that's a fucking security guard at the fucking jail where I live because he was talking about like, fucking people coming on fucking heroin. Just get the fuck off fucking heroin. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Like, which is fucked up because I kind of agree. Like, yeah, don't do fucking heroin, you know? But at the same time, just like who the fuck are you to like judge them and throw them in prison for that? You know? Maybe some of them are junkies, but maybe some of them have like a legitimate problem. Maybe some of these people aren't fucking bad people, and you're just fucking making them criminals because they do something you don't agree with, and that's something I'm not cool with.
Oh, I wish I could have been there, man.
It's just the look on his fucking face when I started fucking.
What was it like? He just didn't know what to expect, or what?
He literally, like, have you seen the meme where the guy's looking forward and he kind of closes his eyes and shakes his head a little bit and opens his eyes again? He kind of did that. Like, whoa. Like, he was not expecting me to hit him with both barrels, but I was just, man, fuck you. Give me the fucking ticket or give me the fucking warning and then get back in your little fucking car and go fucking sit in the parking lot for 3 hours and fucking jerk your dick. Shut the fuck up. Leave me alone.
Give me the warning, give me the ticket, or fuck off.
What else is there? I'm like, you broke 4 laws to fucking pull me over. What the fuck?
It's true. You broke 1 driving law. I better make 20 and give him a warning.
It's so true, man. I'm gonna pull an illegal U-turn over a double-barred line. I'm gonna speed through a 45, speed through a 35, speed through a 25, which is insane because that 35 mile per hour zone is long. So he must have like passed me, saw I was speeding, and then been like, Should I turn around? Oh no. Yeah, I guess I should turn around. You know, like, what the fuck? Like, oh man, justice is served. Yay! Think of all the lives you saved from keeping me from going fucking
There's a
6,
lot of
7
part of
over
the
the speed
country.
limit. You fucking
They're just
cunt.
having a hard time finding candidates to be police officers, which is kind of great. People just don't want to have to deal with it.
No, it's such a there's no way, like, unless you're just a complete sociopath or psychopath, probably sociopath more likely. Unless you're just a fucking like piece of shit, how in the fuck can you like get off fucking like fucking with people and take, and you know what I mean? It's just getting somebody to do that you have to be a shit person to want to do that job. Like, there's no moral code. And I think, I'm pretty sure it's fairly common knowledge that if your IQ is too high, they will not hire you on the fucking police force. They want simple-minded fucking sheep. They don't want a free thinker. They don't want a guy that's
Right.
going to say, well, I don't agree with that. That's not what they fucking want.
That or in the military.
But actually, let's use that to cross over and talk about Virginia a little bit. Because actually there's some cool stuff going on there. Now, you know that they've tried to implement like I believe they're trying to do like a gun buyback. Is that correct?
That's what I've heard. I know that the governor is looking to implement some sort of gun control measure. I'm not sure exactly as to what, but my exposure has been that certain counties have declared themselves Second Amendment sanctuary counties. A lot of sheriffs are just saying, yeah, we're not going to enforce this law. Fuck you.
So it's
And
not
the
even
governor has sort of
it's not even some counties, dude. Like, it's like every fucking
Lots of
county. There's almost no
Lots of
one that
counties.
supports this bill in Virginia. All of Virginia is like, we don't want this. But see, and this is a good, fucking kind of, especially with like the impeachment, which we were talking about.
Well,
when
there's
we started,
one thing I want to stick in there too is that what I think is scary is that the governor has said, well, we'll declare the National Guard to enforce it.
That's what I was
You know what I
kind
mean?
of
So
getting
it's
to.
really
but-
setting up a civil war. Yeah, go ahead.
But with just the fact that government's gotten to a point that where people step in and say, yeah, we don't want this in our state, and that fucking government could just say, well, we're going to do it anyway. Well, what's the point in government anymore? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If they're not going to stick up for the people that put them in that position to represent them, and then they say, represent this. This is what you want. We want you to represent. And then they go, no, I'm going to do the exact opposite. Well, then what's the point in having any of these people represent us in the first fucking place? And yeah, in Virginia, they're trying to do like a gun buyback. They're trying to implement these red flag laws, and they've all said we don't want it. So the governor stepped in and said, well, we're going to get the police to enforce this. The police stepped the fuck back up and said, we're not going to enforce it. Okay, well, if you don't enforce it, we're going to remove you. You'll no longer be a police officer. You'll no longer be a sheriff. We'll just fucking terminate your position. So they said, fine, we'll start deputizing fucking citizens. Then they stepped in and said, look, if you start doing that, then we're going to send in the National fucking Guard. So it's like every time they try and throw something at them and the people stand up and say, well, if you do that, we're going to do this. Okay, well, fine. I mean, that's scary, dude. That's fucking scary. And that's what the Democrats fucking want. They don't want us to get our fucking way. They don't want us to vote on what we feel that we need, because we're all fucking idiots and we need the government to tell us what's fucking appropriate and safe for us, or we could get injured. This is a joke. This is a joke. It's just like the impeachment thing. Our forefathers warned us of this, that when government gets so big that they can manipulate their fucking power, call in their fucking friends, spend a bunch of money, and impeach a sitting president on false pretenses, that the government has gotten too big and we need to overthrow it. I mean, that's damn near close to what the fucking forefathers said. They warned us about this exact scenario. They warned us that this would happen. And we are watching it happen right now, and people are not getting angry.
Well, I think people are getting angry.
Yeah,
I think
but
people
they're
are
not
getting
throwing
angry.
Molotovs. We're not storming the streets.
Oh,
like
I mean,
Hong
it's
Kong
getting
and China
close.
and
I think
Venezuela.
they're, especially in Virginia, I've seen a lot of these rallies, and anyone who's serious is not going to be seen. Any like the 3%ers you see on Facebook, they're all like, man, government shows up to my doorstep, I'm gonna be all like pew 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 pew. Those are not like the real people. Like the real people, you don't hear anything about. They're not going to be that stupid because they'll be called domestic terrorists. They'll lock them up. People are getting thrown in jail because they're pointing a chicken finger at someone and saying "pow." I think it's an article. It's in England or some shit like that. So I think
that's happening in
people are
America.
pissed off, but
there's
they're
a lot of that.
it's not being televised, and then B, they're just underground and you're not hearing about it.
It's just so scary to me. It's just scary to me. And Virginia's not all that hell of far from me. Like Virginia's not too crazy far from where I am. I'll fucking go.
That's what I'm saying. Like if there's a party in Virginia, man, let's head on down, rock and roll.
They start dropping cops, and I am going. I'm serious.
But they shouldn't, though, right? Because that would be illegal.
That would be illegal. I'm not saying this. You should never say this. Never say this because it's illegal. If Virginians start killing cops, I'm going to go help them. Don't ever say that, people. Now, I can say it because I'm telling you not to say it, but you should never say that sincerely. Have you seen that Trevor Moore skit?
Yeah, absolutely. Semper Tyrannis.
Fucking awesome. No, government's gotten too big. Adam Kokesh said it. I'm going to say it again. The only reasonable, the only logical next step is to decentralize. We've done everything else. We've tried everything else. It's getting too big. It's not representing us anymore. And they're using their positions to fuck us, to take our freedoms away, to throw us in fucking jail over Facebook posts. This is supposed to be America, land of the fucking free. People should not be getting thrown in jail for Did you see the fucking one about the guy that stole the LGBT flag and caught it on fire?
No, what was that about?
So this guy, I think this was somewhere closer to like where you are, actually. I don't know if it's the same state or anything, but somewhere a little closer to where you are. This guy, there was a building and they had like a bunch of rainbow flags outside. He took one of the rainbow flags and lit it on fire. Okay, a $20 fag flag, not a big deal. They're hitting him with like a hate crime and like 3 counts of arson and like just all these ridiculous fucking crimes over a fucking flag, dude. Like, now, given it wasn't his flag and he shouldn't have stolen it, but to like try and say like it's a hate crime, like he didn't kill anybody. Why the fuck aren't you going after Westboro Baptist Church, walking around with fucking signs that say God hates fags and shit? Like, that's perfectly fine, but like this guy expresses himself and like, oh, that's fucking hate crime. Like, Westboro Baptist Church straight up says, like, they'll go to fucking soldiers' funerals and like call them faggots and shit. That's okay because it's a protest, but this guy does it, and it's like, I get it wasn't his flag and he shouldn't have stolen it. I get that. I get the difference. I get what he did was wrong. But, hit him with fucking stealing a flag. Don't hit him with fucking arson. Don't hit him with a fucking hate crime. You know what I mean? That's fucking... They're creating criminals.
What kind of crazy things will our heroes talk about next? Stay tuned to find out.
Speaking of the Westboro Baptist Church, hold on. Fuck.
That's all these fucking regulations do. All these regulations are meant to do is make more criminals. Because if there's more criminals, there's more reasons to stop you and throw you in jail.
We did this in season 1, but if you wouldn't mind, click on that link. It's the audio from GodHatesFags.com, which is the Westboro Baptist Church, and they actually have some pretty funny parodies. Can you do
I do remember.
Let's go over some of them. They're pretty good at them.
Stupid. It's so dumb.
Number 62 is called Santa Claus Will Take You to Hell.
Tell them why God destroyed Sodom, so they'll understand.
Jesus fuck.
I believe you gotta repent and make amends. Nobody gets a second chance once they're lying. I believe in serving God with all you got. Warning all the world about their eternal life.
This one's not nearly as offensive as the other one she
Bible
played.
says some people are good, no one on their own compromise of saying good. I believe since you do in the night will be bright, you and then my Christ glorious light.
God says no people are good. That's what that song's called.
Can you go to number 62? It's called Santa Claus Will Lead You to Hell. Can we do that for the Christmas?
Oh, I love it. Oh, Off to Hell, parody of Jingle Bells. We're gonna play that one next. I'm so happy. It's about to get so fucking angry.
You better watch out. You better OE. You better quit cussing these signs that you read. Oh, Santa Claus will take you to hell. You better watch out. Get ready to cry. You better go hide. I'm telling you why. 'Cause Santa Claus will take you to hell.
That's actually badass as fuck.
That's actually fucking great.
Wouldn't you love to hear like fucking Slayer cover that? It'd be fucking awesome, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, like the Westboro Baptist Church, like they do a lot of fucked up shit, but they write great music.
What was the one we saw? It was like I came in like a wrecking ball, but it was like I came in like a fucking slut or something like that. Like it was so fucking dumb, dude. It was like, and he's like, what are they saying? Like, you better not cuss. You better not cuss. Like I hear these people be like, damn you to hell, you faggot piece of shit. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, they don't mind dropping the F-bomb.
Yeah, for real. Oh my god. Santa Claus will take you to hell. I'll be singing that for weeks. It's fucking awesome.
Good shit. Oh man, that's a good meme from our generation. In the early days of the internet, the Westboro Baptist Church. That's old hat now.
Oh, what the guy standing next to him and says, "Fuck this guy." Is that what you're talking about?
God hates fags group. Well, just you don't. I mean, if the Westboro Baptist Church is still doing this shit, no one cares. You don't hear about it.
Bohemian tragedy.
Like by AIDS.
This is your new life. This is not fantasy. Eternal fire. No escape from reality. Lift up your eyes and look up on high to see. You're just a poor boy. You get no sympathy. 'Cause you heard the truth, heard us say every word, every day. Now you live in torments. Really should have listened to me.
They're trying, man. I mean,
You hated man. Spread your lies on every day. Said it's okay to be gay. Life on earth is tough, and you have gone and sent it all away.
oh my god. Oh my god. You said it was okay to be gay. Oh, that's fucking great. Westboro Baptist Church. Hey, you guys, guess what? My band got fucking signed. Hey, that's great. What label are you on? God Hates Fag CD.
I wonder if they have like kids stuff. They might have like a kids corner. Hold on.
Hickory dickory dock. God will fuck you up.
Oh yeah, look at this shit, dude. This is crazy.
There's tons of it, dude. There's tons of this shit.
I guess
nobody in the Westboro Baptist Church
High
fucking
School.
works. To what?
Their next, they're still doing their shit. Their next event of public preaching will be in Beverly Hills on January 5th. Then Lawndale. They're everywhere, dude.
Does going to a I'm not like a fucking troop supporter by any fucking means, but definitely if someone dies and their family's there, like parents fucking burying their kid, that's none of my business, and that's probably a fucking sad ordeal for them. Does it go against the NAP for them to show up and shout "God hates fags" at them from across the street and shit? Should you be able to beat the fucking piss out of those people?
No, you should be able to beat these people.
Is that them peaceful protesting? Is that them speaking their voice? Is it fucking radical to fucking think like if you come to if my kid passed away and you came to my fucking kid's funeral and yelled that, I'd get in a car and there'd be no Westboro Baptist Church anymore because I'd run you all down. You'd be dead. Like that's just all it would. They would just say, today fucking man kills every member of Westboro Baptist Church.
I think it's the First Amendment rights. I think it might be the right of the people to say, hey, we don't want to see this, so maybe some sort of protective barrier could be placed between them. But they have the right to demonstrate.
Not at my kid's funeral if that happened. Fuck no,
oh,
they
shit,
don't.
Can you imagine?
Fuck that shit. Fucking be a lot of shot up fucking Christians. Or whatever the fuck, Baptist, whatever, fuck. What'd you say?
Oh, I said heaven grew 2 sizes that day.
What do you think they do? Like just imagine, okay, so heaven's completely real. Okay, heaven is completely real. The Bible's 100% correct. And these motherfuckers get to heaven, and God's like, oh, fuck no. Fuck out of here. They get to fucking heaven, and God's got like a God hates fags fucking t-shirt on. Like, hey, I love your guys' work. Doing good stuff.
Or God's like, oh, you didn't hear the gospel. You don't believe the earth is flat. You don't get to go into heaven. You didn't listen to my prophets.
I told you that the world was stamped in a piece of wax. You didn't read the Bible. These people are idiots. So here's another thing, just back to the the voting thing.
Well, I do have to go. One thing I have to split too because it's 12:30 now. But I'm down to do a little bit tomorrow.
Yeah, that would work, man. I got some family stuff to do. Let me just say this real quick and just get if you got like 2 seconds.
If you want to finish up, yeah.
This guy straight up said you can vote or you can be libertarian, but not both.
Faggot.
What the fuck is that?
Fuck that shit.
Ugh. He's got like a picture of a dog on his profile. It's all just like it's all funny videos and people fishing. There's like literally not a single like political thing on here. There's some shit talking about fucking Greta Thunberg. I just call her Greta Thunberg because I watched the Thunbergs growing up. But yeah, it's surprising, dude. I was definitely surprised to see how many libertarians just
it's sad.
Don't vote, don't support the party.